The iPhone 15 Pro Max is Apple's most top-of-the-line smartphone they currently sell. It is, for once, an actual real pro phone, but with the iPhone 16 series around the corner, and me been using it for like a long time now, how is the experience? Hi, I am Lemon Cupcake of VRInfinity, and welcome to the iPhone 15 Pro Max review. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is a weird phone. My last iPhone was the 13 Pro in Sierra Blue, and this is the 15 Pro Max in natural titanium. I said in my 13 Pro review, or at least I mentioned a long time ago, I like the 13 Pro. It's a smaller phone which was needed from the 12 Pro Max, which was too big for me, too heavy for me. That's why I upgraded immediately. Usually I wait a little bit longer. But the 13 Pro was perfection. So why did you get the Pro Max? Well, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has the better telephoto lens. That's the only reason. If the same telephoto lens was in the normal 15 Pro, I would have gotten that phone. But hey, this is a review. So I'll give you my full experience my way. First, let's get the tech specs out of the way so we can talk about experience. My iPhone 15 Pro Max model comes in natural titanium. This is the 6.7-inch display with 120Hz ProMotion resolution stuff. It comes with 8GB of RAM, which is the first time in an iPhone that you have 8GB of RAM. And mine is the 256GB model. Exclusively with Pro Max is they discontinued 128, so there is only 256 and later. While the other three iPhones in the 15 series start with 128. So yeah, now experience. The 15 Pro Max uses titanium, replacing the old stainless steel that they introduced with the iPhone 10. And I can tell you, it is much lighter. It is so light that, for once, the Pro Max compared to the 12 Pro Max, it's not too heavy. Yeah, there's a thing I've called too heavy. It's perfected, and I'm glad stainless steel has been discontinued. And it has like rounded corners to the side, like not the main corners, but like the sides are like rounded. So it feels more natural in the hand when you hold it. The display is still the same 6.7-inch display, but the bezels are much thinner, so the phone has been shrunk down, fixing another issue that the original 12 Pro Max had. Still miss the smaller the 13 Pro, but whatever. The iPhone 15 Pro Max, like I said, comes with 8GB of RAM, which is a deal breaker now. Back then it was cool, get more gigabytes of RAM. I currently can't use it, but Apple has an AI model ready for just this phone, because it needs 8GB of RAM. I'm from the EU, can't play around with it, so I don't know. The iPhone runs with the A17 Pro Chip. This is also the first time an iPhone comes with a Pro Chip. And this thing actually is console grade quality. This is the first time we have like a Switch or a Steam Deck powered capable machine. So theoretically, developers can release a very low resolution or low scaled game that you can buy on the PS5, Switch, Xbox or PC and play it on the iPhone. I haven't tried it yet because I have consoles and computers. I'll probably just spend money and get the better experience, but I should try one. But performance from everything else I used, no issue, no problem. There is absolutely nothing that the iPhone 15 Pro Max can't handle. I edited videos on it. Some videos I upload on this YouTube channel. And I also played around with the stress test to see how much it can handle. Yes, it overheats from time to time, especially right now in the summer, but it's much reduced from back when I got it or back when it launched for other people. The 15 Pro Max also, for the first time ever in an iPhone, comes with, Lord and Savior, USB Type-C on the bottom. That's right, no more lightning. And that is amazing. I have my Pixel phone, I have a Switch, I have headphones with USB-C, I have other computers with USB-C, I have a lot of USB-C in my life. So now I can just use the exact same cable I use for everything else, just plug in the iPhone. Now the only device left in my device ecosystem that is like a sore thumb is the Apple Watch, because, you don't have a plug for that. My experience with the 15 Pro Max has been good. I like how it looks. I like how titanium feels. The battery life has been very great. The display is very great. And the brightness is very bright. Like, I'm not even gonna say nits anymore, but get to the point where it doesn't matter anymore. It is flawless, but I think it was like 2000 nits, somewhere around there. Like, it's fine. It's fine. And yeah, I mean, the speakers are good and stuff, but it's a phone. It calls and it does internet, has 5G. So there's not much I can say about that. So let's change the topic to something better. The camera. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is again the first iPhone that comes with a new tool, which is called a 5x special prism-ish telephoto lens. Not the weird side prism thingy that like Pixels and Galaxies use. It uses like a weird stacking, fooling around with the lights to mess around to make it think that the focal length is higher, but it's not. It just goes in the body instead of over the body, making it a 5x telephoto zoom lens thingy. And that thing takes amazing pictures. The 5x telephoto lens is still 12 megapixels, but at least you can zoom even better. And I love it. I won't go back to a 3x zoom. I thought I would have issues going from 2x to 5x, because 3x is in the middle, but it's fine. 2 and 5 is perfectly enough, and I can always digital zoom between 2 and 5 for peeking but not taking pictures. It's great. Camera, no issue. I love the camera. The ultra wide is still also 12 megapixel, and from what I understand, it didn't change. It's the same one from the 13 Pro, the one that introduced macro. But the A17 Pro Chip does some tools, so the macros are more like you can get closer to macro shots, but it's the same sensor. And of course, I come from a 13 Pro, so if you have a 14 Pro, it's nothing new, but for me, it's new. A 48 megapixel main lens. I come from 12 megapixels, and that was a big deal. I can still shoot in 12 megapixels. I can shoot in 24 megapixels, which was introduced with the 15 Pro, and the 14 Pro got a software update. Or what I do is native 48 megapixel mode with the Pro Raw Max mode, which is like JPEG but uses the megapixels, but it's not raw. Why? Because some websites like Discord still doesn't support the raw mode, so it's useless to take a picture that doesn't show on Discord. So, but 40 megapixel and you have 24 and you're 12, camera is good. You take pictures, everything is as it should be. I took a few pictures that I printed on a little piece of poster paper and I placed it in a frame in my room. And when I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is from a phone. In the past, I would nitpick, oh, phone's camera did, phone's camera that. But it doesn't matter anymore. Any camera is more than capable now of taking pictures, as long as it's not using the medieval era 12 megapixel lens. If it has like 48 or 50 or more, it's gonna do the job perfectly well. The front has the same 12 megapixel camera, which hasn't really been changed at all for years now, but it uses autofocus for the first time, which is cool, I guess. Usually you had to physically tap to thing, but now it's like, you know what the iPhone back camera had? It's just, it sees me and it locks in. Other few things is, again, come from 13 Pro, so I'm ignoring me having a 14 Pro. On the front, we remove the notch and it becomes a dynamic island. When I used the dynamic island, it felt like a gimmick, like, oh cool, you can do stuff, but why? But now that I've been using it for all this time, I can't go back to a notch. Like a few examples, what I use the dynamic island for. When I have a timer up, timer is in the dynamic island. So I can literally stare at how long my timer takes. When I have music or a podcast or any audio related stuff, it goes to the top. I can see like a quick view what I'm listening to, and if I touch it, I have media controls, which is super handy. And yeah, instead of having the little pill in the top where all the call stuff, it's built in. So you can treat it as like multitasking. And you can, not all apps, but you can theoretically use two modes of dynamic island. So the pill is using the main one, and then the secondary tool is like the dot. So for example, you can have a call up in the pill while the timer is still going in the circle camera thingy, and then you can switch around. So you can do a lot with the dynamic island, to the point I kind of want it. It's like a downgrade on my Pixel, but I like to have it on there. I know you can install a third-party app, but I like them to just at least like a little pill. It doesn't need to be like the full pill, but just a little bit. Or the dynamic dot, if you really want to keep the dot. It's cool. Let's see. One thing I forgot to mention about the USB-C port, it uses USB 3. So you can connect an external hard drive and edit locally on the phone if you really want to do that. You can also use DisplayPort mode, so you can connect to an external monitor. It's not Stage Manager, I know, sadly. But at least you can have native display, and you can, for example, like a switch, for example, you can dock the phone to a monitor and then put it down, and then, for example, have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse or a controller for a game. So it's not Stage Manager, but it's better than the 2.0 speed that the iPhone 15 and the Lightning cables had. And the last feature the iPhone 15 Pro Max has, which is not wow. So they removed the mute switcher, which the iPhone is known for the action button. Wow. You can do stuff, and I have it. So Apple has like a pro video camera app now, instead of using the camera app. So I have the action button set up for my video. Because, yeah, it still uses the Pro RAW from the iPhone 13 Pro and the 4K upscale from the 40 Pro. So, but this is like a pro camera app, and it's very advanced. It's only good for people that know what they're doing, like me. But average people should just use the video mode in the main camera. But I like to, sadly, you can't take pictures, that's why. So if I take pictures, I use the swipe gesture for camera. But the action button, just press and hold, and then, man. In the past, I used to have the calculator, because I used to calculate a lot. Until iOS 18 basically put it in the lock screen. And originally, yeah, you can do other stuff, like system menus. You can have an app open, like you can open like Discord, and it opens immediately. But you can only pick one thing at a time. And that's the drawback. No way you can do one thing at once. Like, sometimes I like to do this, and sometimes I like to do that. So maybe in the future, Apple can expand on that. But yeah, there's not much more I can talk about. As stated in the previous reviews, I'm not a review channel. I used to do reviews. I just want to review my devices because it's fun. I'm still making mostly VR chat content, and I have a guide in the making, but it's nice. It's nice that I can still review stuff. Don't take this video too seriously. If you really are interested in buying the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you can watch high-end tech reviewers talk about this. But if you are, you can buy the 15 Pro for $1,000 and the 15 Pro Max for $1,200. So the 15 Pro is $128 and the Pro Max is $256, and it's always plus $100 for the storage tiers. So $128, $256, $512, 1 terabyte for the 15 Pro. at 1000, 1100, 1200, 1300. And then the 15 Pro Max is 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. 1200, 1300, 1400. These are US prices. I might be wrong. So I'll put in the description if the prices are different, because I'm from Belgium, I have euros, so I always need to calculate the tax and all that stuff. Whatever, this is just Lemon Cupcake reviewing my phone, because I miss doing that. Just fun. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I have a special announcement soon ready about the 1K subscriber thing that I've reached, but I'm not doing it in this video, so stay tuned for that. See you next time when I have a guide ready. And stay hydrated. Do that. It's summer. I'm dying from the heat as I'm recording this, so whew. Thank you guys for watching. I want to say thank you for my coffee supporters. And I also want to thank you for the theoretically server boosters. I know it doesn't matter anymore because the Discord server is shut down or delisted. But for the few people that decided to boost the friend server that OCAP and me are running, well, I still have your name in here because I care and love you a lot. Well, I'm gonna end the recording and put headset off because I'm dying from the heat, because VR in the summer is not fun. Have a good one. Bye bye.